We have finally arrived, day 50, on the road to 50 states, here in Long Island, just outside of New York City, to visit our friends here at Aceto. We have the President of North America, Keith Wilkinson, and also Ed Roulard. We're going to be talking about the future of healthcare and the big question that 120 of your peers has answered: what is the next big thing in pharma?
Two important themes for Aceto, we feel, is the trend towards onshoring in the pharmaceutical industry, in particular pharmaceutical intermediates and APIs, and also the very strong growth in the biopharma section of the pharmaceutical industry. Iochem, which we acquired recently, will be investing heavily in that facility in hopes of doing pharmaceutical intermediates more than we're doing today, registered pharmaceutical intermediates. ANC in particular, which we acquired up in Canada, is heavily involved in the biopharma industry. And another area is gene therapy, where we feel ANC capabilities will certainly help us develop further into that sector.
You've not only made one acquisition, you've made numerous acquisitions over the last 18 months. That is bolting onto a core business of distribution and expanding now into your own manufacturing technologies to be able to serve the customers at a faster level, more reliable level, and on a larger scale. So distribution and manufacturing put together. That's your new business model, which means is that you have a wider umbrella of technologies, products and services to deliver to the customer. Can you tell me about that new model, the new offering, and how that relationship is changing with the customer?
Yeah, so traditionally through Aceto's 75 years of existence, we had a limited number of tools to fulfill our customers' raw material needs. We had very strong sourcing capabilities, in particular in Asia. We also did some toll blending, toll grinding, things to customize the products for the customers. With the most recent acquisitions, we've greatly increased our capabilities, more tools in our toolbox to serve customers' needs, and to be able to address customers' raw material needs not just through distribution, sourcing, but through manufacturing, through the acquisitions we've recently made.
So it's nearly over. It's day 50 on the road to 50 states, and we're here with our second Aceto employee, Ed Roulard, Vice President of Marketing and Operations, and a variety of other things, a few that are needed here at the organization. We're here at the headquarters, and once again, we are really trying to find out, 121 now, what is the next big thing in pharma?
I think one of the big things in pharma is going to be a restructuring of the supply base. So, pharma's been focusing for 20 years on how do we consolidate the supply base in the industry, which makes perfect sense. Classical procurement move. And as a result, I think there's been some really competent and successful companies evolve. And I think what we've seen over the last year and a half, number one, you've got a biopharmaceutical industry that's growing at a rapid rate. Plus throw on there the advent of vaccines, which I think is just accelerating the whole trend. There's not enough options for customers out there. And they're looking for additional options who are perhaps a bit smaller, perhaps a bit more nimble, and can fill some of those more niche needs that some of the bigger guys simply may not be able to respond to at the moment. So I think what you're going to see is an evolution where you still get the big guys, very, very good at what they do, but the uprising of a few other mid-sized companies to serve additional needs.
Can you tell us about your recent acquisitions that have been folded into Aceto?
It's been an exciting time. We've acquired 6 companies in the last year and a half, 2 based in Europe, 3 based in North America, a third in the last one based in India. Common theme, all of them are coming with R&D personnel. We now have, through acquisition, 50 R&D scientists, over half of them PhDs, and all with scale up and production capabilities to go with it. Quality really critical to us, so holding them to high standards. 4 out of those 6 companies are GMP manufacturers.
I look back at supply chain and how pharma companies, big pharma companies, looked at CDMOs. And there was a large number that they typically had inside their supply chain. We're now seeing consolidation. Can you talk to us about your experience of seeing that change? And what is the opportunity now, not only for the small and medium-sized biotechs that could come to Aceto for their materials, but also the relationship with the large pharma companies on how Aceto can serve those larger portfolio-based molecule relationships?
One of the obvious trends we've seen, first of all, everything moving east, then things begin to move west, and then some balancing. And the big rush I see today is we need to move everything back west. I don't think that's realistic. Maybe you're in materials from the west, but probably half of the starting materials are coming from the east. So we can't avoid it. I think one of the nice ways that Aceto is structuring itself, though, is to have a strong footprint in all regions. Number one is we ship over 20,000 shipments from the east every year to Europe and North America. We know what we're doing, and we've got the mass to be able to do that and do it effectively and reliably. But secondly, as we see more and more companies looking for, I need a local source, I want it produced in the region in which I'm sitting, we're seeing they do need that, they do want that option, and so we're building that. And of the 6 acquisitions we've made, we've got multi-million-dollar investments ongoing in 3 of them, really responding to that local need. I think the other thing is I'm seeing the way that the work that pharma is doing is changing. It's smaller scale, needing to move faster. And we're building out our facilities to recognize gene therapy, it's smaller scale. They need smaller scale solutions at a more rapid pace that are more customized. So those are some of the ways that we're looking to reshape the company to really serve those changing needs. 22,500 miles, 50 states, 50 days. Tell us what's next.
I think it's time for you guys to go home.